Hi everyone, welcome back to Cloud9 Intuitive. My name is Janine and I am here to do a general reading for my air signs, Libra, Gemini, Aquarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. So if you have any placements in this chart, any of those placements in your chart, there may be a message here for you in this reading. Keep in mind, it will not resonate with every air sign as this is general, but if you would like to book a personal reading with me, I do have a limited number of appointments that are available in the month of July. Do keep in mind that these are the last openings at my current prices. When I do open back up later in August, my prices will be different, except for my Patreon subscriber reading. So if you are not already a patron, now is a great time to join us over there on Patreon. One of the perks that you do get is a discounted personal reading. That is just for you guys to note. And what else? Feel free to follow me over on Instagram, Twitter, Discord. All the links for all of my social medias will be below. And I think that's all that I have to say. Thank you so much for subscribing to the channel. I really do appreciate it. If you're new here and I resonate with you as a reader, please do subscribe, hit the post notification bell so you know when I post, and drop me a comment so I know that you're here. I love to hear from y'all. Okay. Here we go. Let's see. For my air signs, Libra, Gemini, Aquarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and North Node. Can I have 3 cards, please? There's 1. They're playing Happy Days Are Here Again in my head. Happy Days Are Here Again. Happy Days Are Here Again. Okay, so we have, the dolphin, happiness. We have the lake, death. And we have motion, air. It almost seems like you're moving out of like a confusing time here, especially if you've been dealing with like heavy emotions, some sort of depression for some of you, or just like malaise. It just feels like a little bit of it's sadness or maybe perhaps a little bit of boredom too here, but just really like almost not being able to see what comes next is what they're giving me. That's all changing here. You're leading it. The happiness is on the way. Brighter days are on the way. You're going to be in more creative energy for some of you. Some of you are going to be making new friendships here too that are going to be bringing a lot of joy into your life. So if you've been like lonely, if you've been feeling really lonely, now like it's almost like you meet some like-minded individuals that are going to sort of like bring you out of that, help to bring you out of that, I want to call it a dark period, a dark moment that you've been having perhaps. I see 4 here, 22, 44, 42. These could be ages. You could be 22, you could be 31, you could be 42. You could also, the number 4 could be important 4 days from now, 4 weeks from whenever you see this. Also the 6th. The 6th could be a very important date. But whatever the case is, it's almost like maybe you might meet somebody on the 6th of whenever you watch this. I'm recording this on July 3rd. So you might meet somebody on the 6th of this month, air signs. That helps you like see that there's more out there, right? That helps you to see that there's more out there. And you don't feel so like lost. I'm getting like this energy of like just being lost in the sauce. It's like maybe you might have gone through a very confusing period, a confusing time that you're coming out of. Possibly because you had to like sort of leave the confusion behind you. Maybe even without closure is what I'm hearing. You didn't get closure for something, but you're moving on anyway to bigger, brighter, better. Messages for my air signs, please. Whoa, hello. Hanged Man. You've been stuck. You've been stuck, but you've learned a lot in this sort of like this timeout. Yes, thank you. First two cards out. The Hangman with the Fool card. You've learned a lot during this timeout. You've learned a lot about yourself. You've learned a lot about what you want, and it's almost like now you're ready to sort of. You also have learned a lot about what you have to offer, and now you're ready to sort of like take a chance on something new that you feel like might bring you some happiness. But it has been quite the journey to get to this point where you're ready to take a step out. Yeah, you sat a little bit of indecision for a while. You like almost like not being able to see. Yeah, you weren't able to see what came next. You weren't able to see what came next, and because you weren't able to see what came next, it was almost like not wanting to make a decision, not wanting to make a move. Hello. But some inspiration has recently come in for you. There's some inspiration that has recently come in for you that has inspired you to sort of take a leap of faith in a new direction. Tell me about this inspiration. Wow. A creative inspiration that's come through. I feel like there was a flipper in the deck, maybe not. No. Some sort of creative inspiration has come through for you. The Empress here. And then the Hierophant here. For some of you, it's been like a spiritual awakening that you've had that sort of brought you out of the depths of your emotions. For some of you, you've been inspired by something. There's been some sort of spiritual inspiration. So it could be like some sort of new practice that you've been doing. They give me transcendental meditation, or even like yoga, even just like a routine. Like, you know what? I'm going to focus on eating healthier, or I'm going to focus on studying yoga. Whatever it is that you've been focused on, that's sort of like it's been inspiring you to new creative heights. For some of you, it's like gardening. You're getting inspired by your garden and by nature, but you found something that like distracts you from some sort of like sadness or disappointment, or like even like past regret, something that you left behind in the past here. And you're no longer looking backwards at it. You're deciding that, you know what, I'm no longer going to be looking backwards, and I'm going to be taking this leap ahead. I'm going to be taking this leap forward. Especially if you've been like continuing to communicate with the past. I'm not doing that anymore. You're not really trying to plead your case. You're not really trying to get clarity. None of that is happening anymore, air signs. You're like, you know what? Let me just block it. Let me just block it out and move on to a new experience. Because you're realizing that it's a choice to stay stuck. It's a choice to stay stuck in that energy. And it's like it's almost like by continuing to focus on the past, by continuing to have a tit for tat or go back and forth with someone or something, or even like to replay a series of events in your head, I'm getting like watch other people live their lives, or watch something move on without you. It's like there's a level of like stubbornness of like you realizing like, oh, me continuing to do that is actually keeping me from my own blessings, right? Like, you know everything that you need to know about what already happened. You know everything that you need to know about what already happened, and it's a choice that you make to stay bound to that, or to move ahead into something more beautiful, right? You already have the clarity that you need. There's no amount of closure that's going to make the situation more clear for you. You experienced it. You lived it. You know exactly what it was. And now you know exactly what you don't want, or you know exactly what you can't have in your life, in your experience. And that, so as you move forward on your journey, you can kind of use that information to sort of help you to steer clear of chaos. But it involves you like starting to move ahead, like starting to take steps in a new direction, which it feels like you started doing, right? You started to here, like, recognize, like, okay, this is a crossroads here, and I can choose I can either choose to sit here and ruminate over the past, or I can choose to, I can recognize that there's so much more world, there's so much more for me to know, there's so much more for me to experience. So I don't need to sit in this energy anymore. Be careful of, air signs, be careful of, like, overspending to prove a point. I don't know who that's for. It's like overspending to prove a point. So, like, if you're like, I don't know why they're saying it like this, but they said you don't need to lie to kick it. Like, if you're trying to prove to someone that you've moved on based on, like, what you, like, it's kind of like a like revenge vacations, or like a revenge new wardrobe, or whatever it is. But, like, you don't need to do all that. You don't need to do all that to prove that you've moved on. Yeah, be very careful of overspending with this Six of Pentacles in reverse, with this Page of Pentacles, and then the Three of Swords. You're gonna win, because it's like it's. I don't want to say it like I don't know how else to say it, so I'll just say it how they're giving it to me. Nobody's thinking about you as hard as you're thinking about them. That's what I want to say. Nobody's thinking about you as hard as you were. So you're, like, trying to do all of these things to show the past. Like, I'll show them, and the past is not thinking about you. So it's like, stop thinking about like proving something to the past, and, like, focus on how you're going to show up in the future, right? Ten of Cups, Seven of Swords. Stop looking backwards. Stop looking backwards, because you're only doing yourself a disservice. You're only doing yourself a disservice by looking backwards. It keeps you stuck, and also, like, it's like, you might win, like, you might get, like, a small adrenaline rush from having someone or something witness your glow up, or witness whatever, like, you know what I mean? Like, you might get a small adrenaline rush for that, but ultimately in the end, it's like, damn, I spent all that money for, like, a moment of glory, or, like, you know what I mean? Or, like, I spent all that time trying to prove that I was, like, better than the situation, when you already know you don't have to prove. You have nothing to prove. Thank you. You have nothing to prove here. You have the Ten of Cups with the Temperance card. Your best revenge is you, like, leaning into your joy, leaning into your happiness, right? Your best revenge is staying balanced, cultivating inner peace, and using that as a ground, as a space to alchemize, right? Your best revenge is loving yourself, like, and manifesting the life that you want through the energy of self-love, right? That's the way that you sort of, like, move forward. You don't move forward thinking about what happened in the past. I'll show you. I'll show you. Really, it's like you're gonna wind up cutting yourself that way. It's like the way that you. It's like stop thinking about it. Stop thinking about it. Stop thinking about the past. I don't know why it's coming through like that. Yeah, because look, there's so much more on offer. All you have to do is lean into the joy. Show up with happiness. Focus on your kids if you have kids, right? Something about these horses too, and your power. Horses are like power to me. Power. Your power is in your motion, is in your movement forward. your movement into the light and out of this deep stagnant lake here, right? Your power is as you get up into the light, and not focusing on like the sadness, the depression, everything that happened in the past. Again, look at this five of cups, right? Focused on these 3 spilled over cups, and there's these 2 cups waiting to be recognized here. There's happiness, there's joy waiting to be recognized, waiting for you to turn around and move toward the happiness and the joy, waiting for you to move toward something that's more fulfilling. Some of you might actually be careful. Some of you might have some sort of like flooding situation in your house in the next couple weeks. I don't know who that's for. Yeah, some of you might have some sort of flooding situation in your house. Leo season is going to be very exciting. So like, yeah, 4 weeks from now, I guess we would be in Leo season in about 4 weeks. Leo season is going to be very exciting. 4 to 6 weeks from now is going to be very exciting, especially if you can get beyond thinking about the past, because that acute focus on the past is a blockage for it's a blockage for how you're moving forward here, or how you want to move forward here. Chariot card at the bottom of the deck, right? You have a Fortune right under that, right? It's like allow for the closeout of it, and you don't need anything for the closeout. All you need for the closeout is to keep it moving, right? That's all you need for the closeout. Let's see. Anything else? Tell me what's going on in Leo season here. This is the Strength card and the Sun card and the Moon card. Look at this. The Strength, the Sun, and the Moon. They're not gonna. They said you don't need to know what's gonna happen. All you need to do is focus on the forward motion. Focus on the self-love. Focus on the inner peace. Focus on the balance. Focus on not trying to prove anything to anyone except for to yourself. That you don't have to sit in this deep water. Without there's no oxygen here. There's no oxygen here because it's like the past is stagnant. The past is suffocating. The past is suffocating, and really it's time to get out on top of it. Get out on top of it so that you can start experiencing joy and happiness again. Let me go ahead and get a shaman's dream for the wrap up here for my air signs. There's something here about presence. You know what I mean? It's like presence, right? Presence in the now, because you've been so focused on the past. The idea is not to fixate on the future. The idea is to get right in the right now. Get right in the right now, and that is going to open the future up for you. And it looks really beautiful, but you just have to have enough faith. You just have to have enough faith that everything is going to work out as it should. And everything that didn't work out for a reason here. Dream Thief, Refusal of the Call. That card keeps coming out, and it's another 4 card. So 444. You might be seeing that a lot. Again, 4 weeks from whenever you see this could be very important. And I just opened the book and it's number 44, but that's not the right page, but that's funny. Okay. So, the Dream Thief, I keep getting this card, but it says the Dream Thief is a soft and compelling seductress. Her only purpose is to keep you hypnotized by comfort and sameness. She wants you to tell your old stories over and over so you don't evolve beyond them. Ask yourself whether you are reverting back to the familiarity of your origin story of why you were wounded or when you were rejected. Do you talk about how your family molded you as a child without acknowledging that you've already become someone else? Teaching from an old wound will never allow you a new adventure. Instead, bring to mind how you've already changed, remembering that you have new stories to rely and build upon. Do you want to move beyond the barrier of glass that you've placed between you and the horizon? You can. And it's not difficult. Answer the call to a new adventure and drop your resistance to sailing the uncharted seas of your potential. The wind will soothe and sing the dream thief to sleep so you can wake up and move forward. You are so much more than you know. Now it's time to express what has lain dormant, and your new adventure has already begun. It's a perfect card to end this. All right, air signs, that has been your message. That's what I have for you. I really hope that these messages resonated with some air signs out there. Libra, Gemini, Aquarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Remember to check all of your placements because there may be messages for you in each of those readings. And that's all I've got for now. Remember to like, subscribe, drop a comment, hit the post notification bell, all of those things. I really do appreciate it. And I'm sending y'all so much love, so much peace, so many blessings. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.